Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. I am your host, Marla Martinson, aka the Mystical Matchmaker. I'm here with my friend Toni Greene, and we are going to help you with something today. If you're single, hoping to get into a great relationship, you're going to have to release this or repeat the same patterns. All right, so I'm so excited to get into this. As a matchmaker of over 2 decades, I talk to dozens of women per month and men, but we're going to talk about the ladies out there today. And a lot of women get stuck in the same patterns, keep selecting the same guy, but in a different pair of pants. Hey, we all do it. It's what feels familiar, but we don't have so many years to waste anymore. I remember Toni. I remember when I was in my 20s and 30s, I'd blow 5 years on a relationship, no problem, and move on to another one. And now as the years go by, we just don't have that to blow. Now, Toni is an amazing healer and a hypnotherapist, and I've brought her in to help the ladies who want to bust those patterns, move on with clarity. And Toni's going to talk about what she does and how she can help you do that. Because why keep getting out there, dating, swiping right and left, meeting for coffee dates, dinner dates, talking to people when things aren't cleared up and you're going to be blowing through another how many years on a relationship with the same type of guy. So Toni, welcome, and just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you can help.
Absolutely. Hey, Marla, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so excited for this show today. First of all, I'm Toni Greene. I am a certified hypnotherapist. I work with people to help them release old patterns, habits, blocks, and we do it on a subconscious level. We know consciously we're doing these things. We're making these actions, repeating these patterns. We don't know why. Like, why do I keep picking this guy? Why do I keep picking this girl? Why do I keep doing this thing when we're in the relationship? Why do I go freak out if they don't call or if they don't text back? What triggers that? Where are these triggers coming from? Why is this? And a lot of that is on the subconscious level. It could be coming from something in the childhood, the relationship we saw with our parents, our very first relationship that we had. We never know where exactly it's coming from, but it's there. So we want to release whatever it is, even if we don't have a name or a source for it, and then go into something that's so much healthier, so much more, dare I say, normal, which
Yes.
nobody wants normal anymore.
Yeah, ladies are used to the bad boys, and if they don't seem exciting enough, sometimes we'll pass them by. And I would say give a chance to a guy who seems a little bit normal or boring. You might be surprised.
And I think too, we evolve. Like what we wanted in our first relationships might have been the family dynamic, like the children, the house. And as we mature and maybe we've had the children or haven't had the children, but now we're at a point where we just want someone to kind of, excuse the term, age out with. We want someone to retire with. We want someone who has those same goals. But we're still looking subconsciously, habitually, we see that same thing and we're like, ooh, I must have
Yes.
my pretty, oh, my pretty. But I'm going to tell you this. We don't go what's good for us. We go for what's comfortable for us. Now, I'm going to give you an example out of the relationship era so that everyone can kind of, without having a pretense, go, oh, yeah, I totally get that. Let's just say you went to school and you graduated school. End up on graduating, and you graduated, let's just say, as a financial advisor. Now, there's some people that go to school and their goal is to work with the highest, most prestigious, thousands of dollars suit wearing financial advisors. That's what they want. But there are other people that when they think about that, they can't even breathe. Their goal is to just work with families and help them save a little. Okay. each person has their comfort zone. And this came from your upbringing, and this came from your first experiences. You might not be comfortable going into the hugest financial advisor place and working and taking on that responsibility or having that. You might be more comfortable, or this might be your passion. The exact same thing sits with relationships. And Marla, you being a boundaries coach, you know this also. We have a style or a type that we are comfortable with. The energy of the person we are attracted to is typically the energy from our family dynamic or a parent. And we can look at that person once we're in that relationship, after we've been in it for a bit, and we can go, he or she does this like my mom did, like my dad did, like my sister did. We can feel it. We can finally see what they're doing that's just like that. Even if we didn't want to marry somebody like our parents, it was the comfort, that frequency they were on is the same one. And it was so comfortable. So oftentimes when women say, oh, when we met, I just felt this energy. That's the energy you're feeling.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and what about when people say, "Oh my gosh, I've never felt like this with anybody else," or that's my, we must have past lives together. That's my soulmate. There's something there." And a lot of coaches will say, "If that happens, run."
Yeah.
It's our immediate, especially if you're in a certain age, the hormones are really playing into that, because your fertility is maybe going to start waning, and biology steps in, and you got to have babies now, and right, it's the hormones have a lot to do with it. Whereas at my age, that my brain would be analyzing.
So
Not
one
baby
thing
time.
I'll say, you're right. And I've been through that once. I went through that once where I met somebody and I was like, oh my God, before I even saw them walk through the door, I could feel them.
Mm-hmm.
And prior to that, I would tell people, if you feel that run, that's your nervous system,
Mm-hmm.
because your nervous system can feel other people's energy. And the fact that you're feeling like that, that doesn't mean jump in. That means your nervous system might just be putting you on high alert about this person. Now, whether you believe in the nervous system, your internal coach warning you, some people say they got those butterflies. Are you sure they weren't moths? Are you sure they weren't bats flying around in there trying to
Moths,
warn
yeah.
you?
A one-winged moth limping
Right,
along.
we automatically think, like, if we were walking down the street and it was a stranger, we would understand it's our nervous system warning us to be careful. But because it's somebody that aesthetically might be pleasing to us, then all of a sudden we say, nope, it's my soulmate. I will tell you this 1,000,000%. And after being through relationships that have had some ridiculous dynamics, your soulmate will never hurt you the way some of these butterfly people hurt you. They will give you consistency, a sense of calmness. They will have for you the same love that you have for them.
Hmm.
Relationships aren't, let me do this until I prove myself and then you can come and put your share in. Think of it as a partnership. Both people are wanting the partnership.
Yeah.
Both people are wanting the relationship. If it's truly a soulmate, both of you are going to be working toward that singular goal of a relationship. But a lot of times we call something a soulmate because there is a struggle to it. And there's not supposed to be a struggle. We're not supposed to have to fight for our soulmate or win our soulmate back after the second, third, 10th, 20, 11th time they've ghosted us.
Right.
Or, have to worry about, them in a room full of other people. Our soulmate will make us feel so safe and secure. And
Just because there's that hot chemistry from the get-go, you don't know anything about this person.
well, toxic
That's
people
the
are good in bed.
Yeah, and
That's all they bring to the
they
table.
think, oh, this is my guy. I'm gonna marry that, but you don't know anything
Mhm.
about them. So, Toni, so what would you, so let's say a woman really, it's like, I'm getting myself ready, I'm working on myself, I don't want to repeat these same patterns, I know I've got some issues in this. If they come to you and work with you, how many sessions approximately, what does this look like?
Okay, for each person, it's individual.
Mhm.
And it depends on their past and how much they've gone through. For some people, if you've gone through some things in childhood, we're going to start there because that's where the pattern began. And I heard this once, and I believe this is really true, Marla. Our partner often is a representation of the person in our childhood that was most difficult to please. And now we have a partner we're trying to please. I hope I said that correctly. But oftentimes in our childhood, there was some love that we did not get or we felt we didn't get. Maybe there were too many kids in the family, maybe a step parent, who knows?
Mhm.
The bottom line is we pick partners sometimes based on that. Sometimes we pick partners based on the way our parents' relationship looked. And times have changed. So when we're doing sessions, let's just say on relationship, one of the things I will do is we don't name it immediately.
Mhm.
We allow your subconscious mind to go to it, find it, and start taking it out. For each person, the number of sessions might be one person might need one session, another person might need three or four. I always say in the beginning, unless they're doing one of the programs that I have, let's let's walk through this. We'll plan on one, we'll schedule for two.
Okay.
We'll schedule the second one, then we'll schedule a third. We're going to go through each session because with each session, you're going to feel completely different. You're going to have a new understanding, and then we're going to go into what's next. And again, everybody has been through a different number of relationships, different trauma or rejection or upset with that relationship. If we're just talking adult relationships, Marla, you and I could write a book, a not so happy ending book about about the relationships we've been in and some of the devastation that have just come as adults in this relationship. So just getting through that, but then also some, like if we went through bullying as a child or if we went through whatever, yeah, whatever we went through as a child, and whether it was in the home, in school, wherever it was, that we have to unpack that because that is how we are trying to get our approval. And then one of the things I want to say to people that are watching and listening, know why you want to be in a relationship. Do you want to be in a relationship just because you're supposed to? Because that's the way society says things are supposed. I'm supposed to be with somebody. Everybody keeps asking me, why am I single? Or do you want to be in a relationship just because you don't want to be alone? Because I'm going to tell you those first two, those two right there, they will land you out of the desperation with somebody who can smell that coming off of you and will take advantage of it.
Yeah.
When you are so good being by yourself and you're okay and you know you can stand on your own,
Yes.
then you don't go into that space where you'll just take who's ever in front of you.
I love that.
Because when you think, oh my gosh, this guy is, and we do this, we put him on a pedestal at the first dinner.
Mhm.
At our first dinner, we're acting like it's the Last Supper and we're putting him on the pedestal, like, oh my gosh, he's so great. And oh, he does this. Well, he's giving you the good snippets of his life. He's
Yeah.
giving you the preview commercials. Have you ever seen previews to a movie and you're like, oh, I can't wait to see this? And you walk out and go, what the heck just happened? It wasn't
That's
even the
right.
same movie.
All the good ones, all the good clips already.
The only thing good were the little snippets, they previews they showed. That's sometimes how a relationship is. And you're, of course, giving them the good snippets about your life too. So, the one thing I would say, and there's so many things you know, and I know, Marla, that go into relationship and picking or being with the right person. One of the biggest things I would say is to let go of the damage or the hurt
Mhm.
from the past because that which you avoid, that which you is what ends up in front of you, not to harm you again, not because of karma, because the powers that be are saying we need to heal this. Because even if you get with a perfectly normal, good person, your insecurity, your fear, your rejection is going to make you think they're going to do it to you, even if they wouldn't. So we have to heal that.
All right. Thank you, Toni. This is fantastic. Ladies, if you want to get ready for 2026, New Year's is coming, Valentine's is coming, then it's spring and summer. You want to get 2026, you want to get all integrated and clear out the old stuff and get ready and not repeat those same patterns. So if you want to get in touch with Toni, her info is below, and grab my freebie, my guide, Healed, High Value, and Hard to Lose.
And you guys, here's the other thing, just real quick. It's important to heal, but then afterwards, work with Marla on boundaries and how to navigate the relationship healthfully. The two of these things together will have you in the most amazing relationship. Let go of the past and know how to navigate the future with Marla.
I love it. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.